All right, we've got extreme and excessive lightning here east of the Mississippi, as well as severe thunderstorms and all kinds of flash flood warnings. Here's a look at what's going on from the NASA GOES lightning mapper, and it is sudden cloud nucleation, massive amount of storms here, really stretching all the way from Mississippi up to upstate New York. And we noticed some intense storms kicking up just practically out of nowhere. Check out the real-time lightning map. And this is the most lightning I've ever seen at one time east of the Mississippi River. So I don't stare at this constantly. I'm not saying it's breaking any sort of record or anything like that. But according to lightningmaps.org and the NASA GOES lightning mapper, that is crazy amounts of lightning. So, for example, Hey Rockville, Hey Durwood, Gaithersburg, Bethesda. There is some serious thunder rolling in. And we're going to show you some close-ups of all the cells that are causing it. Supercells coming out of nowhere. First, let's talk about how cold the planet is. Check out how much snow fell. Have you ever taken a geology class? If not, if you think you understand the climate, maybe you should. Look at how much snow fell, folks. We know that snow and the Earth's albedo effect is associated with cooling the planet, and also that Earth's rotation speeding up is associated with cooling the planet, and sea level drop. We'll be interested to see the data on that soon. Also, here's the satellite imagery. And before we go back to that, I just want to check and make sure that Greenland is melting on schedule, because it is summertime in Greenland. So let's check and see how melted Greenland is. So we'll go to windy.com's snow depth map, and we'll just move over here briefly, and we'll ignore the severe thunderstorms, and we'll go see this climate crisis. So we're going to head north here, and there it is. I see the tip of Greenland, just the tip. So let's see what the tip is like. Well, it looks like the southern tip has absolutely no snow, folks. Oh my God, look at that, 0 inches. However, out here in the ocean, there appears to be 154 inches. You know, where the Gulf Stream comes up like this and warms up Iceland and the UK and Ireland, you know. Well, it seems like just adjacent to that, we see 154 inches of snow. Let's check the rest of Greenland just to see how melted it is during its summertime, where it's illuminated most of the year. And it has lost some snow here on the western shore. Eastern shore, pretty snowy there with 170 inches of snow. So let's just put back the satellite imagery here. And by the way, this is the last 2 hours. It's not being very friendly to Greenland. We're just going to move this back to where we had it. And no screwing around in this video. We're going to focus on the area to the east of the Mississippi here as we see some pretty extreme weather suddenly kicking off. The jet stream is pushing down here toward West Virginia, down across the Great Lakes, and it's causing some rapid cloud nucleation, as you can see here around the Chesapeake Bay. Some sudden evaporation of a lot of moisture apparently on the ground there, as well as a huge change in pressure coming. So some great imagery there on the windy.com satellite imagery. And let's take a look at the jet stream of the eastern world real quick for our international viewers. There's the jet stream of the eastern world. Here are the surface winds. And here are the surface winds of the western world. And we'll actually zoom in to see if any high winds are showing up here with these storms. And some winds there. We can expect some severe thunderstorm watches and warnings for the mid-Atlantic. From that, here are the jet streams, and they are very incoherent in the northern hemisphere. Check it out. They're all over the place, allowing convective forces to be in charge of the entire southern portion of the U.S., folks. Check it out. No jet stream anywhere around here, really, to speak of. At least certainly not one going the normal direction, west to east. Continuing on. You can see here the weather.gov map is full of watches and warnings. Severe thunderstorm watches for most of Pennsylvania, all of New Jersey, it looks like, a large portion of New York, Flash flood warnings and watches here for north central Pennsylvania. Flash flood warnings there. That's these dark red areas. Click the weather.gov map for your county. And here's the U.S. Doppler radar. And that's about the last half hour of data there. Quite a few storms kicking up. And we'll zoom in a little bit farther here. There we go. That's close enough. And here's what's going on the visible satellite. And it's pretty spectacular, the sudden cloud nucleation happening down here. Also an anticyclone here. We see a significant clockwise rotation. So some high pressure in charge in these areas, and you'll be able to see it on the water vapor map, I'm sure. And you can see this. These two highs are powerful enough to get this whole system rotating clockwise. A legit anticyclone, like the Great Red Spot of Jupiter, only not as great. Not quite as big of a pressure gradient as that, folks. And here's the visible. So just a quick recap. I just wanted to let everybody know about those storms and a little bit of weather blanknography, if you know what I mean. So I figured I'd drop by the Smash bunker and sweat out a video for you real quick. Thanks for tuning in, folks. There's the recap. The Doppler. There's the visible satellite. And you can see there actually is, there's actually a couple different low pressure systems involved with this. And the jet stream's playing a role as well. You'll be able to see it on the water vapor. And you can see the jet stream is slowly pushing its way down here toward West Virginia, causing the pressure gradient to increase and compressing that moisture into a place where it'll become precipitation. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to the meteorology segment. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. SMASho, signing off from this here Smash News Network, least busted, naming news.